Yes, the precious is here!
What's up, guys? It's Joel
and V
coming at you from jimmys.co.nz with something a little bit different.
Yeah, man.
Our good friends at Platinum Labs, we actually had the pleasure of meeting one of the boys, Matt at the Arnold, have come out with some reformulations of their already super popular products. Defcon 1, OptiBurn Amped, and Amino Grow, which I'm actually not sure if that one's fully changed. But basically the purpose of this video is for us to break down the differences for you guys, because I know a lot of the time with reformulations, you'd probably agree, that products get weaker.
Yes.
We saw that with, a certain blue bottle. We did get some testers of that.
Yeah, very disappointing.
They get weaker because companies, they might be on the fringe of something that's pretty strong, and they kind of go away from that.
Yeah, so we kind of wanted to make sure that, basically Platinum Labs is one of our most favourite companies. Yep. Stick to a track record and bring out even better products. So
these guys are known for products that just make you feel phenomenal.
Yeah.
And their slogan, I believe, is "Be phenomenal," and that's how they make you feel.
That's it. That's
you feel on top of the world. All right, so we'll start off with Defcon 1, the blue tub, the OG of Platinum Labs in New Zealand. Now, Defcon 1 has now become Defcon 1 Second Strike. What was in this previously as the main stimulant was PEA, I believe it stands for methyl PEA.
Methyl PEA.
That's now been banned. And it has been replaced with 3 new stimulants.
Yes. So you take out 1, you put in 3, right?
You know, why not? So these guys are standing behind these new stims, and they're saying that they're pretty strong.
Yeah.
The first addition would be hyginamine. Now, hyginamine, pretty powerful stimulant, pretty popular in a lot of pre-workouts.
Yep.
It is I believe it's a bronchial relaxant, so it means your oxygen uptake is going to be better.
So your body's capable of producing
bronchial dilator.
Yeah, dilator.
So vasodilator, and it's also just like a neural sort of stimulant.
It's a stimulant.
Okay.
As well.
So and that's pretty strong. I believe 50 milligrams in that. So we see a lot of 20, 25.
Yeah.
50's big.
Yeah. From all the research we've done, I think 50 is definitely on the higher end.
So even with one scoop, you'll be getting some pretty gnarly hyginamine effects. The second is a form of synephrine, trademarked Advantra Z or Z, I guess from New Zealand. I'm not an American.
No, I'd say Z.
Yeah, Z. Advantra Z.
Yeah.
It's with them fish and chips. So again, synephrine is they're saying that this is the main energy component of this one. Essentially, just what makes it strong, gives you overwhelming energy.
Yeah.
Again, comparing it to other things with synephrine, kind of hard to say because whether this one's more concentrated or not. Compared to other forms of synephrine. Synephrine been around since I think it says the 1920s. We have seen in other pre's. It's hard to say.
It's hard to say. I think why it works is actually because it's in there a good dose.
Yep.
And it
megs.
works alongside the hyginamine and things as well. So I think that definitely ups the ratio of it.
Yeah.
So.
And lastly, now this one's kind of, I guess, debatable because of things that happened a couple of years ago. So dendrobium alkaloids. Now, dendrobium for a little while was considered to be super potent. And then it was kind of inferred that a certain person from a certain company was messing with a lot of dendrobium suppliers overseas.
Yes.
And adulterating that. Whether that's true or not is a totally separate topic.
Not for us to say.
But, the guys at Platinum are saying that this dendrobium essentially is also another key component in what makes the new version of Defcon strong. And while we're on that topic, it's essentially on paper, it is actually stronger than the last version of Defcon we had.
Yes. Yeah.
And would you agree after having it?
Hell yeah, I do. So I took the old one. I used to take a scoop and a half, no problem at all. I took a scoop and a half. Yesterday morning was it?
Yep.
It was yesterday morning. And man, it made me feel sick. Literally sick. I mean, but the effects of it Man, I would have to agree with you, man. It's definitely stronger than the old formula.
So what we're suggesting for this one, we have had a number of people try it.
Yeah.
V had it on an empty stomach.
Very empty.
One scoop to start with,
Yes.
regardless of if you're a stim junkie, and have something in your stomach. Don't have fasted for 10 or more hours like this guy did.
No.
Some of our other close friends have been trying it, and
Yeah.
you know that side of things didn't happen. They just feel extremely stimmed up.
But even when they took the 2 scoops, they thought they'd probably knock it down a bit, right?
Yeah, no.
So
it's
it's definitely potent.
very strong.
Very potent. So.
And even with only 180 mgs of caffeine in it, it's not the caffeine that gets it by.
Yeah, that's what a
That's
lot
the
of...
mark of a good
Yeah,
pre, like,
exactly. It's not about the caffeine. It's not about the caffeine.
But what we've just talked about is essentially the main differences in it. You've still got the choline in there, the tyrosine, some tryptophan, various other ingredients,
Yes.
750 mgs of agmatine sulfate.
Yeah, so you got the stuff that's going to make your brain obviously focused, functioning.
You're going to have everything from A to Z in this pre-workout.
Exactly.
And it's at a slightly better price than before. But if you want to find that out, you've got to go to jimmys.co.nz. Alright, next on the list, OptiBurn. Now, I managed to find an old tub of OptiBurn amped with the amp citrate in it.
Woo!
So, main differences is amp citrate gone, and again, Advantra Z,
Yep.
Z, and Hyginamine. Hyginamine was already in it, so
Hyginamine's in
essentially, amp citrate's
Yeah.
been replaced with the Advantra. Now, you've been having this.
Yes.
What
Yes.
have you noticed comparing it to the... So we got the second version of OptiBurn. We never had the original. That never arrived in New Zealand. So we're just going off the original OptiBurn amps.
Yeah. So as you know, I'm a big fan of OptiBurn. I think it's one of the best ones I've had all round. The differences between the second and this one would be I actually believe it tastes better, for one. I think the actual yeah, it's not really there. And I think the actual effect of it remains very close to the original.
Would you
one
say
we
it's
had.
nearer the caps or the powder?
You know what? I reckon it's in between because I feel very clear. Energy levels are fantastic, and there's no crash. That's the biggest thing that I love, man.
One thing that everyone kind of says about OptiBurn and what makes it different is, and you know, the guys at Platinum use this as part of their marketing sort of strategy, I suppose. The OptiBurn feeling. It's very unique. Yeah, and it's hard to compare that to other other thermogenics.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it is.
you know, it's as well as being, you know, reasonably effective in terms of its ability to metabolize fat, enhance metabolism and such. It also just makes you feel really good.
Yeah.
So, you know, if you're on poverty calories, like we know a lot of people are, you know, regardless of if you're competing in bodybuilding or whatever, it will kind of help you pick you up.
Yeah.
And the benefit of that also having little to no crash.
Exactly. I guess the feeling, but it's not for me the energy as in. It's more the calmness. Yeah. You know, it just makes you feel good.
Makes you want to pat a cat.
I'm not a dog person myself.
But yeah, I mean, other than, you know, you've still got decent doses of the CLA, the green coffee bean, 2 grams of Alcar.
I think we should mention the double dosing of the...
Well, I'm not convinced of it as double dosing personally. But what makes the OptiBurn feeling so pronounced is it the Sacred Lotus?
The Sacred Lotus.
Extract. Essentially, it is the feels.
That is the feels, yeah.
It is the feels.
That is the feels.
And you will feel fantastic.
Yeah.
And that was definitely ramped up in the pill capsule version.
Yeah.
And like V said, we reckon it's kind of been ramped up in this one. Because there are no proprietary blends in this new version, we can now see how much we're getting, and that's Nelumbo nucifera, the Sacred Lotus, 300 milligrams.
Yeah.
Alright, lastly on the list, Amino Grow. Now, with regard to BCAAs, the market's pretty saturated. Companies look for something different to do. what Platinum Labs did was bring out a product that also helped enhance focus, growth hormone production through a combination of tryptophan, picamyelin, which I believe is very similar to GABA, GABA, which actually isn't compliant as far as New Zealand law is concerned. Picamyelin is, however. And what was the other one? Theobromine. So they just essentially work together to help enhance growth hormone production by up to 500%.
Yeah.
Which is quite significant. And it's also, I would say, like a medium spectrum sort of multivitamin in there. Whenever we have one of these open, we go through it in like a day or two.
Yeah. Yeah.
No other BCAA does that. I know it's probably because it makes you feel fantastic, and there's no stims in there. Like, theobromine is arguably a stimulant, but as well as being a good BCAA, it's also a good alternative for someone that doesn't want, the caffeine in a pre-workout, just wants to get the feeling of the focus and such.
Yeah, it definitely gives you focus. When I first had it, because it hasn't really changed, to be honest. It's still the original, in my opinion, anyway.
The labelling's changed slightly. This is one of the original containers, what I've got here. And it's, it's changed marginally.
Yeah. I believe, again, the flavour's been enhanced. I think it's a bit better. But the actual feel, it's still there.
Yeah.
Recovery's really good on it. As Joel said, it's definitely one of our favourites.
Yeah.
We've got a thing we do. It's called the OptiStack that we do. So we do a scoop of this and a scoop of OptiBurn
in the morning.
Most mornings.
Anti-catabolic.
Because our day starts very early, and that definitely gets us ready to rock and roll.
Yeah.
So
now, unfortunately for me, I can't have any fun with these products at the moment, or
why?
My judgment's reserved because I'm competing in a tested sport. The classification of some of these ingredients is up in the air. Now, I know some of the dudes like Mark Loebleiner and Doug Miller have kind of been arguing this lately because of some things happening in natural bodybuilding over in the States. Things like hyginamine, technically a beta-2 antagonist, which is prohibited by WADA. So, if you are a tested athlete, I would say probably best to err on the side of caution with these.
Yeah.
I don't think it's been banned, it's been cautioned. And, the last thing you want to do is work frickin' hard for an event and then get, piss positive in a test.
Exactly. So we're not saying don't, but just be cautious.
Like anything, time and a place.
Yeah. So I'm sure Joel will be hitting that the day after.
See what happens.
After you break some records, yeah?
Yeah, man.
Hell yeah.
I'll try.
That's it.
I'm actually like all kinds of fucked up at the moment, like my neck and my abdomen.
It's because you're too lean, man.
And my personality.
Oh, that doesn't change.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't change.
Too shredded. That's why I'm wearing one of these hoodies to bulk me up, so I don't look like a little bitch.
It's a pretty mean hoodie, by the way.
Yeah, I know. Even got the side pockets.
Right.
All right, we're getting off topic. All right, that's the main changes for the Platinum Labs products, guys. If you want to know more, don't be afraid to hit us up on Facebook, Instagram, wherever. These are all available at jimmys.co.nz, the best gosh darn supplement store in the land with an all new website. Some freaking mean specials on there.
Check the website out. Mean.
Boom. And until next time, you can see these biceps, so they're clearly the biggest. All right, let's set these up, so they can...
Let's do this.
All right. Super, I'll just hang out here, you can...
Oh, boys, we finally get the products again. No one will knows that I have you. It is just us, this on the OptiBurn and the Mino Grow.